Hello folks, I'm Rahu, here to speak about an important transit actually. It is Rahu transiting into PurvaBhadrapada nakshatra. And Rahu moves nakshatra every 9 months or so. Yeah, so it's moving into PurvaBhadrapada on March the 16th, and it will stay there until November the 23rd. Of course, that date varies depending on where you are in the world. Yeah. This is the mean node calculation, by the way. Yeah. This is another intensely charged Bhadra nakshatra, perhaps even more so than Uttara Bhadrapada, actually. And this nakshatra is symbolized by the front legs of a funeral cot, representing the death, the end of an old life chapter. And this is consistent with all of the other transits happening now at the moment too. Yeah. Before getting started, I do want to say a quick thank you to those who have subscribed and those who comment. Right? It is much appreciated. It actually keeps me going, and it encourages me to do more videos. And for the rest, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on the right-hand side. Yeah, let's get started. So first, I'm going to mention some important dates here that I'm going to go through each sign and where you can see perhaps the impact of Rahu's transit into PurvaBhadrapada. Most important thing to understand with seeing that is that Jupiter is the controlling planet of this nakshatra. So we'll focus on Jupiter's placement in the transit to assess Rahu's impact. Yes. Rahu starts its journey in the 4th pada of Cancer Navamsha on March the 16th and stays there till May the 19th. This is generally a very vulnerable time with all that is happening in the sky. I also spoke about this in that Ketu in Virgo video, so go through that to understand it more clearly. The 4th pada is a difficult pada of this nakshatra, and it can cause anxiety, stress, especially with everything that's going on with Saturn's movement, the eclipses, the Venus retrograde cycle. This can impact your domestic situation. The wisdom here is that whatever we believe is ours can be taken away. This is the essence of the Bhadra nakshatras. Right? The lesson is to detach. Certainly endings will transpire at this time. So important to do some spiritual practice. This also coincides with Jupiter's movement into Gemini on May the 15th. And that's when things will improve, because from May the 19th till July the 20th, this is when Rahu will be in the 3rd pada of Gemini Navamsha. And this coincides with Rahu's shift into Aquarius. This is a much lighter phase, and you can get a lot accomplished. It's good for money, interacting with others, taking initiative towards your goals. From July 20th till September 21st, Rahu will be in Pada 2 in the Taurus Navamsha. Also an excellent phase. Good for domestic life. You may be moving at this time, maybe you're planning a move. It's a time to stand out. It's also a time that favors relationships. It coincides with a powerful eclipse in Aquarius as well. Finally, Rahu will transit Pada 1 from September 21st till November 23rd in the Aries Navamsha. This is a go-getter energy, and here you will be completing tasks. It also coincides with the last eclipse in Virgo. Okay, so let's see how it's going to impact you based on your ascendant. Here I'm talking about ascendant, yeah. If you're Aries, then this will connect with your 6th, 9th Lord Jupiter through nakshatra. Right? It's a great time for travel, for studying new subjects. You can see developments in immigration matters at this time as well. Jupiter is in the second house, so money matters can also go through some change. The first 2 months, you can see changes in your domestic situation, but the remaining transit is a good time for new beginnings. And the first 2 months can be difficult. Yeah, so I would refrain from traveling the first 2 months up until May 19th, but after that, great. If you are in a dispute, go slow. Be strategic if you can. And then the rest of the transit is favorable, as I said, for new initiatives, new job maybe. Right? It would be a busy time with lots of activity. If you are Taurus, and then Rahu is energizing your 8th, 11th Lord, Jupiter, right? And it can bring up some disputes with property, finance issues in the first 2 months. Remaining transit favorable for spending time with family. Money looks good, also the remaining transit. You'll be feeling optimistic overall. For Gemini, the first 2 months of the transit are difficult, and you can be feeling very agitated, restless at the very least. Jupiter rules your 7th and 10th house, so surprises in these areas, a chapter ending, possibly. Relationship, career. Remaining transit is excellent for you, and if chapter endings were there, you will see a brand new chapter opening up. Certainly by the time Jupiter moves into Gemini in May. And that will help you move forward with confidence, especially in relationship and career matters. During this transit, you can experience some struggle before you achieve success. Yeah. For Cancer, Jupiter is your 6th, 9th Lord. It is in these areas that you will see chapter endings. Yeah. Could be a job change. You could be completing some education endeavor, some course, some learning initiative. Travel can come up suddenly for you during this. It can be life-changing, so you may want to go for it. Expenses will go up, but on value-added stuff. For Leo, Jupiter is your 5th, 8th Lord, and now you will experience a chapter ending suddenly. Right? It will be connected to your career, how you're perceived in the world. Your status may change due to your career or due to relationship at this time. Yeah. New beginnings are there after the initial 2 months when Jupiter moves into Gemini. Things will move very quickly for you now, actually. For Virgo, Jupiter is your 4th, 7th Lord. And we already know with all the planets moving through their 7th, lots is happening in the relationship department. Chapters are quickly closing and new opportunities are budding everywhere. This is a time when you may move or someone can move in with you. New relationship is certainly in store. A long-lasting union for many people, in fact. Yeah. First couple of months, you will have to endure some stressful changes. For Libra, for you, Jupiter rules 3rd, 6th houses, both Dushtana houses. So this can bring some struggle in a work situation, in your environment, with your siblings. People just are like where you live around you. There's going to be a death of old ways of doing things. Something might shift. It could be something very minor. Right? Doesn't have to be like a whole big transformation. Business can certainly go through change if you are in business for yourself. For some, you will be forced into making that change. Disputes can pop up, but will get resolved from mid-May onward when Jupiter moves into Gemini. For Scorpio, Jupiter is your 2nd, your 5th Lord. It's a very favorable planet for you. So there will be some changes perhaps in your family life. There can be quick shifts in your relationship status at this time, in the first 2 months especially. of this Rahu transit. Money matters will go through some adjustment, maybe with your partner, possibly with some co-investments. If you have your own business or you're self-employed, old ways of doing things are coming to an end and new chapters are about to begin. If you have children, there can be some changes in their lives you're dealing with now that can bring some frustrations. For Sagittarius, Jupiter is Lagna Lord and 4th Lord. So domestic changes could be in the works. And this is also doubly suggested with Saturn's movement too. There may be a residential move, some chapter ending in your domestic life. Swift changes during this transit to your foundation in some way. It can feel stressful first couple of months because Jupiter transits your 6th house. After that, easier transit for you. Because in May, Jupiter will move into your 7th. Yeah. For single folks, you'll meet someone during this transit as soon as that Jupiter enters Gemini. For Capricorn, Jupiter is difficult energy. It rules 3rd and 12th houses, Ushtana houses. So there can be some stresses. Watch your communications. Takes time for self-care. For Aquarius, Jupiter is 2nd, 11th Lord. So it can bring changes in your relationships, your friendship circles, in your network. All chapters will end. Residential move is also possible for the first 2 months of this transit. New relationship can be on the horizon. If so, it will be good for you, a supportive partner. You'll also see positive changes in your finances after the first 2 months of the transit. For Pisces, this is Lagna Lord and 10th Lord. Changes are in store in all areas of life for you, actually. Certainly how you're perceived, changes in your appearance, your status. It could be something simple like your wardrobe can go through changes. There'll be a new pathway on the horizon for you related to career. Domestic move can be there when Jupiter moves into Gemini. And this actually will be uplifting for you. Generally, there's lots going on for you, so much focus on Pisces the first half of the year. So you'll be keen, actually, some of you will be keen to go inward and switch off from the world. And Jupiter moving through the 4th house and Rahu in the 12th will allow you to do that in the second half of the year. Right? The last time we experienced Rahu transit in PurvaBhadrapada was from August the 10th, 2006 till April the 19th, 2007. So if you're old enough to remember that time frame, you may experience some similar themes come up in your life. Yeah. Of course, as always, Dasha serves as background. So if you're in Rahu, Jupiter, Dasha, or Antardasha, then this is a relevant Rahu transit. And those who are in Jupiter, Antardasha will really feel it. Yeah. All right. So that's all for now, folks. All the best.